welcome back to the Galaxy Crafts tutorial YouTube Facebook page. Take a look, facebook.com/Jen's Galaxy Crafts. What we're going to do for this tutorial are earrings like this one right here. We're going to use Swarovski crystals, seed beads, and super duo beads too. So that's what's going to be the points right here. While we're doing this, I'm going to be able to show you how to take it and make it smaller if you wish. You can just make the center part. You can just add the crystals, or you can do the whole thing, or you can even make it bigger. Up to you, your style, your show. So let's get right into the tutorial. Okay, so what we have here, well, as you can see right in front of you, here is that earring. And these are the materials that you're going to need. They will be in the description box below. So if you don't catch me saying it, just look down there. First thing you're going to need is Fireline. Now this one does say Beadsmith. This you can find at, well, I found it at our local Walmart here in Michigan. You can use 8-pound test, which is what this is, or 10-pound. The Fireline itself that you find at Walmart, it's not in the beading section, it's actually in the fishing section. It is also a fishing line, hence the Berkeley right there. We'll need probably about 2 feet of it total. You're going to have some extra, but I'll show you what to do with that afterward. You are also going to need a size 10 or 12 beading needle, like this one right here. You will need some 11/0 seed beads, black and white. Now, this is where it's going to get artistic creativity. You don't have to do black and white. You don't have to do the same colors I'm doing. You can do any colors you wish. You can make it multicolored if you want. Next thing we're going to add are 4mm Swarovski crystals. Now these are a light purple, I believe, let's see in here, amethyst. These are amethyst ones. You'll need, I believe there's 12 of these. And also you're going to need kind of a special bead. These are super duos. Now, if you are not going to go to the point right here, to this point, to these points, you don't need the super duos if you're going to stick to the white beads as the tips. That's okay. I will tell you when we get to that point. You're also going to need an earring finding like a French hook here. Now, I don't know if they still sell clip-on posts. If they do, go ahead and grab those if you want to make clip-on earrings instead. So the first thing we're going to do is take some more Fireline, like I said, probably about 1.5 to 2 feet. You want extra, I promise. Cut it right off. Very good to have a good scissors when you're cutting this, because this is pretty thick. As you can see, it's standing straight out because it does have a coating on it. This is why you use Fireline or Wildfire instead of using regular thread to make earrings like this. Thread can tangle. Now you can use like the thread magic or whatever to rub it against there. It still might just tangle. So try and use at least Wildfire, if not Fireline, like this. Okay, we're going to thread it here onto the needle. This can be a little hard, but the best thing to do really is flatten out the end. You'll see it's flat here. And then stick it through the eye of the needle. There we go. I'm glad I can still do that. Alright. Pull a little bit of a tail, but not too much of a tail. So yeah, right about there. Alright. You are not going to knot the other end because you're going to make a circle. First thing you're going to pick up will be 12. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is pick up 12 white seed beads, or 12 seed beads for your center. whatever color that may be. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Always double check, make sure you have 12. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yep. So we have 12. We're going to pull them all the way down. Now, let's stick the needle there for a minute. Let them slide down. Give yourself maybe about, I'd say about a 6-inch tail, somewhere in there. What you're going to do is take your needle and your beads. You're going to go back up through. So starting with the tail end here, you see your tail is down this way. This is your tail. You're going to take your needle and go up through. You're going to make a circle. So go through like that. Like this. See the circle? Like that. Now it's not going to form a circle immediately. You're going to have to maneuver it a little bit. As you can see. So right now it's like a weird looking thing. Take your tail end, which got longer by the way, and you're going to pull both ends and pull that tail a little bit. At this moment you can still maneuver your tail. So there you go. You should have it looking something like that. Now what we're going to do is tie a couple knots. So take it and tie a knot in it. And whatnot. Now watch where your knot lands. Don't let it go over into another bead or something like that, or else you're going to have a big mess on your hands. There's one. Make it a couple knots. There we go there. So there's 2. So there is your circle. No, it's a sort of circle at the moment. Like that. Alright, so with this tail here, now you have that little knot right there. You don't want to cut this thread yet. Not until you get this part of it away from that knot. So what you're going to do is take the other end, your tail end, and it's stiff enough, it's going to be able to go through here, hopefully. Watch it make a liar of me. In there. Yep, see, it went right in. It doesn't matter how many beads back you go. This one went 3. So pull it through, and now your knot is hidden in there. Now, you can cut the tail if you wish. If you want to leave it, you can weave it in later. I'm going to cut it. So, snippy, snippy. There we go. Now, with your other end, with your needle end, where you're coming out, which is right here, where the knot is, you go through a couple of beads. 2, 3, doesn't matter. And there. Now your knot is completely hidden in there and you won't have to worry about it. Now, this is where the instructions become a little, you have to pay attention. We are going to take, we're following this one now, 3 white seed beads. So there's your 3. There you go. Let's twist this around just a bit. Make it more comfortable for you. So my thread's coming out and going toward my right hand. I'm right-handed. That works. If you're left-handed, it might work the other way. You take it, so where your thread is coming out, sorry about the sunlight, so your thread's coming out, you're going to skip this next bead. So you're going to skip this one in the middle here and go through the next one just like this. You're going the same direction as the thread's coming out, skipping 1 bead. The reason you do that is because you'll end up with a little point like that. Ta-da! There's your point. Let me do something here real quick. It might help a little bit if I put some stuff up here to protect it from the sun. That actually helped a little. There we go. All right. So there's your first point right there, right? you have your point. This is a snowflake point. Pick up another 3 seed beads. 1, 2, 3. Now these are a little bit uneven, but they do sell some that are completely even if you want to spend a little bit more money. All right, so now your thread is, let me lower it down just a bit. There we go. Your thread is coming out that one. You're gonna skip the next bead and go into the next one over. So you're skipping a bead every time, like that. You wanna make sure that it makes points like that. So there's your points. Looks like a little kitty cat right now. Meow. So that's that. Next 3 seed beads. You can keep going on this. Remember, skip that 1 bead. So thread's coming out, skip the bead next to it and go into the one next to that. Whoops. Also, when you're working on this stuff, make sure you don't have things in your way that thread can get caught on. I have that a lot. It happens a lot and it drives me nuts. A lot. Okay, so there we go. Pulled it. And then we have a little pop right. So next point. Like this. Skip. And go in again. Like that. Okay. And skip. And go in one more time here. Now for your last point, 1, 2, 3, like we've been, you are going to skip, but you're going to realize, wait, that's the one that we just connected. That is the one we want. So we're going to go in there. Oop, come on. Neil wants to fight me right now. There we go. Go into that one. Get your point together, like that. There's your tiny little snowflake. Yay! Now, what you're going to do is where you're coming out, you're going to go into that first point you made. So up to the top point. You see where I'm coming out? Top point right there. Like that. You're coming out that top point. Now, at this time, if you want to keep it just like this, skip ahead to the end of the video and you'll see how to make a bail. If you want to keep going, just keep watching. So what we're going to do now is we are going to follow our little pattern here. So what I did next on these earrings is the black with the crystals. So now we're going to push the little white ones back. Another optional thing you need is a bead mat. That's what this is right here, by the way. This beige thing right here. This is a bead mat. It's soft and keeps the beads in place instead of rolling all over your table. So, following our pattern, we have 1 black seed bead, 1 crystal, 1 black seed bead. So that's what it's going to look like. You're going to take your needle and go to the next point. So what you have, your thread coming out this point, you're going to come to the next point and go right through like that. Boop. And there's your first crystal point. There's 1. So black seed bead or seed bead, crystal, seed bead. Like I said, you can have any color you want. Into the next point from what you're coming out. And there you go there. There's 2. Seed bead, crystal, seed bead. Next point. There's 3. So far, you're getting a nice little snowflake with some crystals. Seed bead, crystal, seed bead. 4. Like that. 2 more left. So, seed bead, crystal, seed bead. point. Now this is the last one here. So, same thing, seed bead, crystal, seed bead, crystal, seed bead, like that. You're going to go into that last point that you were in at the beginning. Go through there. Sorry. So you're through there. You're going to go into the black seed bead. That's right next to it. And go through the crystal only. Do not go through that next seed bead. You're just going to go through the crystal. Boom. All right. Now from this point, this is another pause, as it were. If you want to leave it just like this, skip ahead to the end and you're going to see how to make a bail for your earring post. If you want to keep going and add on the super duos like I'm about to do, just keep watching like that. Pretty. All right, so take a look again at the earring. So we've done this. Now we're going to go white seed beads and the super duo. Whoops. White seed beads, super duo. So, and these are super duos right here. If you've never seen one before, you're wondering what the heck are I talking about. It is a 2-hole bead just like this one. It's a 2-hole bead and a little point in the middle. There are 2 different kinds. There is a twin bead and a super duo. Use super duos if you can find them. Twin beads are a little misshapen sometimes, and it would ruin your whole project. I know, I've done it. All right, so remember, you're coming out the crystal. Pick up 2 white seed beads, 1 super duo, and 2 more white seed beads. So it's 2 super duo, 2. You're only using 1 hole at the moment. What you're going to do is take your needle and go through the next crystal. Only the next crystal. No seed beads in between. Because what you're going to end up with is that little point right there. Like that. Now you could leave it just like that and that could be your bail too. Alright. So next one. 2 white seed beads. Or 2 seed beads. Super duo. 2 seed beads. Into the crystal only. Like that. Keep going like this. 2 super 2 crystal. Oh, and another warning. Do not pull this too tight. The reason I say that is if you were to pull this too tight, sorry, if you pull that too tight, this is what's going to happen to your piece. See how it's cup shaped? Unless it specifically says so in the instructions, do not pull too tight or else you're going to end up with a cup shape. Where it's just going to end up like a little cup. You can see. You can see how it's folding out like that. So you don't want to do too tightly. Do not pull tight. Tight enough to where it, it stays together, but leave it after that. Don't be tugging. You don't want to tug. Alright. So, 2 super duo, 2 crystal. Just the crystal. There we go. Don't worry about the super duos flopping around. They will straighten up momentarily. Sorry, I keep pulling it close to me so I can see it better. And I realize I'm not in the camera shot. Last super duo. So this is the last hole. You're going to go into the crystal. Go through the crystal first. Like that. Alright, now, being you've added these super duos, you probably do not want to stop right here because these things will be flopping all over the place. However, you could do something a little bit different than what I did here. I'm going to be adding seed beads and crystals. You could just add seed beads if you want to. Make sure you add the proper amount that I tell you though, because if you don't, you will end up with that cup instead of having a nice flat piece. So pretty so far though. Alright, so what you're going to do first, you are going to go into the 2 white seed beads you added. This is where you're going to be like, what are you doing? Color of the thread is going to matter too, depending on the color of the beads that you use. Now, I'm going through the bottom of that super duo bead. You see? I'm going to do what's called step up and go through the top of the super duo bead. So I'm going to the opposite direction. Now, you are going to see a little bit of thread. However, that will practically disappear. You really won't be able to tell. And no one's gonna go right up to your ear and go, oh look, there's thread. Forget that. Don't worry about them. Worry about your pretty earrings that you're making. Alright, so let me flip it around so I can go right-handed. Now, here comes the lot of them. You see I only have 6 crystals left. That's all I need. We're gonna do 3 seed beads. So in my case, 3 black seed beads. 1 amethyst crystal, 3 black seed beads. Seems like a lot, I know, but that is what you're going to do. You're going to go to the next super duo, at the top of the next super duo, and boop, right through. Boom, there is your first and technical spoke, I guess. All right, next one. 1, 2, 3. Crystal. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Next super duo top. Keep an eye on your super duos too, because every once in a great while you might end up with one that won't have a hole drilled all the way through. Sometimes you can get your needle through anyway. Other times you want to scream. I've had that happen. All right, next 3. 1, 2, 3. Crystal. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next super duo top. Like this. Pretty so far. Right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Super duo. That. 1, 2, 3. Crystal. 1, 2, 3. This. All right, you're on the last one again. This time around, it's the same thing. Come here. 1, 2, 3. Crystal. Come here, crystal. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Go through that super duo. If you go through the seed bead, that's just fine. Because now you've finished the actual piece. What you're going to do now is go into these seed beads here, the 3 that you just added on the first time. And you go into the crystal tube, but just go through the crystal. Don't go through the other 3 seed beads just yet. Because this is where you're going to add the bail. And if you skipped ahead to this part, this is the part that you are going to add this ring right here and your earring hook. Yay! So what we're going to do, you're coming out a crystal, or if you're down here, you're coming out well, a crystal again, or you're coming on maybe a point here, okay? I'll show you what I mean by the points. So if you're coming at a point, you're gonna put seed beads at that point and go around. If you're coming out of a crystal, like what I'm about to do, you're gonna go around the crystal instead, like this one here. Now these two don't have bails. This one here and my blue star, my frozen star, like that. On the big earrings, I have it coming out of the point, right here. All right, so we have it coming out of the crystal. We are going to pick up 7. But what we're going to do is pick up 1, 2, 3. Pick up your earring piece like that. Then pick up 4 more seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a total of 7. You want to add number. And what you're going to do is take your threads coming out that way. You're going to go back through that crystal. So onto the opposite side of that crystal. Go through like you're making a circle. Pull. And there is your earring base right there. Now that's big enough now, it'll slide right over those beads. Now, what you need to do not start going down here. Don't cut it off because it'll just fall right apart. You're going to do what's called reinforcing. You're going to go through that again. So go back up through those beads. Like this. I went up 4, I managed to catch 4. Go through your earring hook and then go down the other 3. So make sure you go through that earring piece. Do not skip that. Go down through the other 3. Make sure your earring hook doesn't get hooked on the thread. Like this. Go back through the crystal. Like this. And you have reinforced your bail. Now, here comes the knotting part. What you're going to do, go down through these first 3 seed beads, through the super duo, and through the next 3 seed beads. So this is what you want on your needle. Seed beads, super duo, seed beads. Pull that right through. Watch your earring hook now. Make sure it doesn't get caught up. So right here, we're going to tie a half hitch knot. Half hitch. You're going to go just kind of through there. Make sure you line it up when you pull it. Pull, making a loop, and then go through that loop twice. 1, 2. It's going to make a nice secure little knot. Make sure that that knot is going to land right where you want it, so right at that point. So you see that little knot there now? Don't worry, it's going to disappear because it's going to go into this crystal. You're going to go through the crystal and pull. Voila, knot is gone. Go through the next 3 seed beads, 2 through the super duo, and the next 3 seed beads. Again, seed beads, super duo, seed beads. Say that 5 times fast. Alright, so you're right there. You're going to take it again and do exactly the same thing. So go up through the middle of it. Pull it till you have a nice loop. Make sure it's landing in that same spot. Okay, let's pull that loop a little bit tighter. Okay, so there's your loop. Through it twice. 1, 2, like that, and pull. Ooh, oh, we have a nasty one. There we go. If that happens, just give it a little tug. Hold on to the rest of your work though, so it doesn't go all over the place. So your knot's in there. Now we go through that crystal. I just realized something. Crap. I'll have to change it. Okay. So there's your knot is hidden. Let's go through a couple more. Now, if you are a person who has to have more knots, you are perfectly fine to do so. I have hidden my knot, my threads right there. I am going to go through the next 3 seed beads. If I can, there we go. Come on, good. 3 seed beads, there you go. I'm going through the next 3. However, I'm not going to tie another knot. I'm going to go through that crystal alone. You can go all the way around and go back up. It's up to you. I'm going to stop right there. Grab my scissors. And when you cut, kind of pull a little bit. There we go. And there is your finished earring. So now we have a pair of these purple star snowflake ones. Ooh. Sorry about that. If it went a little out of focus, my battery just said, hey, I'm low. Perfect timing. So there you go there. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Enjoy your new earrings, and well, leave some comments down below. Tell me how it went. Should I do something else? Should I don't know, make it a little bit faster, a little bit slower? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you like the content of this channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell if you do. Remember, all of the not the instructions, but all the materials you'll need are down below. And I will see you all soon. Bye.